Hey guys, so welcome to this video on the TSQL order by keyword. In the last few videos we had looked at the first select statement, which allows us to retrieve all the data from a table or an object in the database so that we can view it. And then we had looked at the where command and some of its operators, which allow us to filter the data that we want to receive by a single or multiple conditions that we set. And now we're looking at the order by keyword, which allows us to basically sort the result set or the data that is being returned to us in ascending or descending order. So the order by keyword basically sorts the records in ascending order by default, and then if we want to return the data or return the results in descending order, we have to specify a keyword DESC. And I've put the syntax below just so that you can understand. So it's basically a simple select statement, and then we have from table name and then order by, and then we can specify the column by which we want to order, and after the column name we add either an ascending or a descending keyword. The ascending is set by default, but you can use it if you want. But if you want to get data in the descending order, you have to use the DSC keyword after the column name, and then you can use multiple column names as well. To specify the order, and we look at some demos which will make that clear. So let's just set up the environment first. Coming to the tool that I'm using, I'm on a Mac, as you can see. So I'm using Azure Data Studio, which is the tool that you need to use SQL Server on the Mac. I've got a full installation, a simple installation guide for it for those on Mac. I'll link to that in the top right corner. For those on Windows, I've got an installation guide for SQL Server Management Studio, which is the tool that you need. And the most important thing is that both of these tools are basically the same. So the code is the same, the logic is the same, the syntax is the same. Nothing changes other than the UI. So people on Windows who want to learn, don't be worried by that. It's exactly the same. So there's nothing to worry about. And coming to the sample data that we're going to use for the demo, I've created a GitHub repository, which I'm going to link to in the description below the video, with two files. One is the order by demo .sql file. One is the table setup file. So the order by demo .sql file is basically the queries that we're going to be using today. I'll have those written down so you can just copy paste them and see how it works. And the table setup.sql is populated with the mock data that we want to use. So I'll just copy this data, and once that's copied, we can paste it into our SQL tool that we're using either on Windows or Mac, and just run it. So it says the data has been inserted. So let's just see. The table's name was sample underscore data. So let's see if that's worked. Sample underscore data, and let's run. So as you can see, the data is returned, and just to get a look at the sample table, we've got an ID, a first name, a last name, an email, a gender, an IP address, an age, country, credit card provider, and a currency. So let's get into the order by keyword. So with the sample data, probably the most common order by you would want to do is by age. So the simple way to do it is just write order by, and then you add the column name that you want to order the data by. In this case, it's age, and if we're not specifying any keyword, it will be sorted in the ascending order based on age. So let's see that at work. So as you can see, based on age, the table has been sorted into the ascending order, and you can see how jumbled it is based on looking at the ID. The order has been changed completely. And now if you wanted it in the descending order, like mentioned in the syntax, after the column name, you just add the DESC keyword. So run that, and then you can see the order is changed, starting from 100, which is the oldest two people in the table, and working its way down. It's basically the inverse order of the previous table. So now, as we had mentioned, there are ways to order the table with multiple columns. So we can do age by age and first name, and I'll once show you how that works once you got the output. Okay, so there's actually a way to make it simpler for you to understand, so let me just do that. So suppose we do select id comma age comma first name and then run it. Alright, so the key points for you to remember is that the order of the columns that you specify is important here. So since age comes first, the column is primarily sorted by age, and since we've not specified the DESE keyword, it's in the ascending. So the table is primarily sorted in the order of this age, and where this gets interesting is once we have the people with the same age. So when we have a similarity like that, or a collision like that, as I like to say, that is when the second column name that we specified comes into action. So if we have a same age, then based on first name, the table will be sorted. So that and when it's letters, we just go in alphabetical order. So Amer obviously comes before Tomkin because A comes before T in the alphabet, and you know that order has been jumbled because 20 has been below ID 20, which is the original. ID is ID is in ascending order in the original order of the table, and we know that order has been jumbled because 20, which is less than 48, is coming below 48. So that should not be the case, but it is the case here. So hence we can understand that the order has been shuffled because of the second column that we specified. Alright, so suppose we wanted to order that we wanted to use a descending keyword. We just do first name and DESC for both of them. So then we when the table is completely sorted in the descending order. So here we can see that 100 and 100 people, two people with the same age, that when they have a collision with age, their names are also sorted in the descending order because we had specified descending for the second column name as well. And suppose we remove descending from the second column name and run it, we can see that it goes back to the default, which is in ascending order. So Aurelia comes before Brandy here. And basically you can specify as many columns as you want, and based on the number of collisions that happen, the order of preference will be the same as the order of the columns that you listed next to the order by keyword. So suppose we wanted to use the order by keyword with another condition, with a where condition like we had seen in the previous videos. So let's say suppose we want to order people who are older than 30 by their age. So let's just make it select star again, just to keep it uniform. Star where age greater than 30, order by age. So now when you look at age, it's all people who are older than 30, but they are sorted in ascending order by their age. So these various keywords that we've learned where, order by, typically most SQL queries that you use would have a few of them, and there is a specific order in which they have to be written. For now, just know that where comes above order by, but I'll be making a complete video on the proper placement of all of these keywords that we learn once we have learned all the keywords. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment, and help us please the YouTube algorithm so we can continue making videos like these. Thank you.